Once you know how to build systems and market yourself effectively, you can quite literally sell any type of product. Today we're going to look at how Dovydas sells a trading platform to essentially make money from trading and also from selling the skills to learn how to trade. So you'll see that Dovydas is a full-time trader and the founder of Hidden Edge, a high-ticket coaching business teaching people how to trade. Now this one's potentially slightly different from a coaching consultant selling a physical outcome such as a fitness coach. This is more so selling people on essentially building another income stream to help them quit their 9-to-5 or to help them earn more money with freedom. So you'll see that the way that this is laid out is essentially in a few main areas. We've got a traffic source to begin with, and you'll notice that one of the main drivers is YouTube and then Instagram and TikTok. Now YouTube is more longer form based content, and then Instagram and TikTok, because trading is all about a lifestyle, can be more of a sort of a quote unquote clickbaity top of funnel type content that people see and aspire to have that lifestyle. Now you'll then notice here the top of funnel, we've got a clickbait type style. So videos like POV, first day on a yacht with your rich friends, I partied with Andrew Tate and made 50K in 1 week. This is essentially people see this content, they aspire to be like that, and then they want the lifestyle that will allow them to be like that. These don't teach much, don't explain trading or any skill directly, and are designed purely for virality and curiosity. They're not here to educate, they're here to get views, bring people into his world, and then essentially people aspire to have his lifestyle. The goal, mass views, get people interested in the vibe, not the vehicle. Middle of funnel. It's rare content on his main channel, used sparingly. Can I make money trading on a surfboard? This is essentially getting people to understand that he's now teaching people how to trade. He might then push these people into some form of a lead magnet to capture data. He's not directly selling them into an offer, but he's gathering some form of data off of them so he can then essentially retarget to them with more ease. We then move down into the bottom of the funnel, and this is highly specific content to people already in his ecosystem. He knows that these people have seen his top of funnel, they've probably opted into a middle of funnel, and now he's ready to retarget them into a bottom of funnel, into some form of offer. Now a big thing here is this is used sparingly. He's not just pitching to everyone all of the time. He's using this sparingly. How this one trading strategy works, what I do daily as a trader. This is lower view count content, but it's conversion focused. The important insight is top of funnel may get 5 times more views, middle funnel may get 2 times more views, bottom of funnel gets less views, but it converts. Without each of these steps, top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel won't convert, but ultimately bottom of funnel is where the money's made. It's not where the views are made. What we can then look at here is his main channel is YouTube. You'll see that he's got a big following on YouTube, 25.7K. Now, the whole goal of this is you'll see that it's all selling the lifestyle, selling the dream. People want that. People want the vehicle to get them there. You'll notice that it's not him sitting there on the charts teaching people how to trade all the time. Yes, he has some videos like that, but I guarantee that all of his other videos, for example, the raw reality of a trader living in Dubai, 55K views compared to 15K views teaching people how to trade. There's a big difference in terms of the content that he puts out and the views that it gets, if it's lifestyle or if it's educational content. Now you probably need both, because you bring people in with views and then you educate them afterwards. You'll then notice that he essentially has a TikTok, and the TikTok gets a mass amount of views, a huge amount of traffic, because again, it's selling the lifestyle. A lot of people on TikTok will be scrolling, they'll see the lifestyle and they'll want that lifestyle. Then alongside that, we have Instagram, where he again has a massive following, which again, he's selling the lifestyle. People see this, they aspire to be like him, and they want the vehicle to get there. Then what he does is he then essentially has all his highlights. The main goal here is his followers based in broad different countries. Because it's lifestyle content, it's not honed in specifically on one demographic. The thing is, when you're posting mass content, lifestyle content, and people see that content, chances are you're probably going to go viral in a lot of different places. So a lot of the followers that you have, these 200K, probably aren't always going to buy, but you're going to get views from them. That's why he then retargets with the middle of funnel and the bottom of funnel to specifically put these people into an offer. Chances are he has such a big following, and because a lot of people want to make money, he will probably have to be quite specific with his application process and qualify people, because otherwise he'll just be getting on mass amounts of calls or just having a poor amount of lead flow coming through. His bio is specific, nearly a decade trading the markets. It gives him authority. He's seen as an authority figure. Mention of verified track record, again, seen as even more of an authority. And then CTA to check out my free course. He notice here how he's pushing people into a free course first, because then it probably means that he can qualify people a little bit more before they then go straight through and potentially then booking a call with him. Highlights, again, selling his whole lifestyle. Then down here, his YouTube, essentially get key links here. He's not then pushing people into essentially straight away buying his high ticket coaching. He's pushing people into a free trial and then essentially into brokers where he probably gets a commission and a kickback. He notices and realizes that a lot of the followers that he has probably aren't going to buy his high ticket offer. So he puts them into something where it's free trial and then also a funded broker. So he then probably gets a commission, and that's then just purely a numbers game. What we then see down here is his YouTube description structure. He keeps it simple due to a broad top of funnel audience. He's not targeting a specific person. It's quite a broad audience that he's hitting on top of funnel. So what he then does is he just essentially keeps it really simple. This simple entry model made me rich. The raw reality of living in Dubai. It's simple. Then the layout is free course and community, e.g. the hidden edge, with an opt-in page, DM me on IG, and then standard CTAs like comment and subscribe. So he's not being massively specific around, look, sign up to this. He's doing more broad CTAs and pushing people more into free offers. What we then have down here is in his TikTok, link in bio, his link tree. He takes people through to essentially, it takes people through to down here into a link tree where he has essentially a video to join the free course or get funded. Now, chances are, if he chose to essentially go with, right, I'm just going to get people into the free community, or I'm just going to get people into the funded option, he probably would get more opt-ins if he rotated those offers, because it's less decisions. But he has so much top of funnel audience that it probably, realistically, he still gets loads of people into each of them, but he probably would get more if he chose one specifically and stuck with that. Now, what we'll then notice is if we move into the lead capture funnel. So what we're then doing here is he's got a VSL page overview, very minimal, trust focus, uses brand identity, the hidden edge, and students reference his edge is strong branding. So his whole branding is about having this specific edge in the trading market. There's so many people trying to teach trading. There's so many people who have tried trading and failed. He's trying to then position himself as having an edge. This whole thing stems back as well as if you're selling some form of product, you need to look exclusive. So you have your own method of doing things. It allows you to sell at higher prices, and it means that all of your funnels, all of your systems, all of your automations will convert better because people see you as having a specific edge. What we then have is the VSL. It's essentially a free training on how 9-to-5ers use a hidden edge to make 8 to 20K a month. So essentially he's calling out a type of person, people stuck in a 9-to-5 that probably hate their job, how they use his specific method to then make 8 to 20K a month, which is probably far more than a lot of people earning in their 9-to-5. He has case studies, so then it backs it up. People opt in. They go into a type form to qualify them. Each question is crafted to filter out unqualified leads, and then qualified leads enter a sales pipeline. Then these qualified leads then get the option to essentially then book in a call, and then he has the ability for them to book in. You'll notice that with the calendar, he wants to maximize warm leads on the call as soon as possible because he's selling a high ticket offer. He wants them to be as warm as possible when he pitches them, hence why the calendar is then only allowing 3 days in advance. The further away someone then books in, the less likely they are to show up. Down here, post-call confirmation page, very minimal, it's very simple, because he is then generally targeting someone who maybe hasn't bought an online offer before, who potentially doesn't have an understanding of jumping on sales calls, jumping on Zoom calls and all of these things. He then just wants it to be simple. What are the next steps? Creates urgency. If you don't do this, we'll give you a slot to someone else. So then it means that people are going to think, well, I want this call, I want to earn more money, so let me do these steps, let me show up to the call. It then means that his show rates are higher, and then whoever's closing calls, his sales team, always have some calls that they're taking rather than just sitting there and waiting and no one's arriving. What we then notice down here is this opt-in page here, essentially his free course, a VSL opt-in. Really, really simple, then it's packed full of social proof. A big thing here is even if you're getting people to opt into a free lead magnet, you need to sell the value in this. So that's what he does here. Then we have a whole follow-up sequence where he links the link to the course afterwards, and then gives them the ability to join, and then we have the ability to qualify ourselves, and then off the back of that we then get given the ability to book a call or don't have the ability to book a call. Generally, if your business isn't having a huge amount of lead flow and huge audience, you probably then don't want to qualify people as much because you just want to get people on the call and handle objections. But if you have a huge amount of lead flow and you essentially want to qualify people, then it makes sense to do that. But you just obviously have to realize that the more questions that you have, the more you qualify someone, the less lead flow that you probably have come through, because there's more friction. Now, what he then does here is ongoing funnel. Those not ready for the mentorship get nurtured. So on Instagram, they get nurtured by reels and stories. He's posting consistently. YouTube, they continue to get nurtured by his long form content, where they feel like they know him even more, and they continue seeing his lifestyle, and they continue seeing him make more money, and it makes them want to as well. Then through DM automation, so he then has stories getting people to comment and DM keywords. It creates inbound leads, and then it means that leads are lining up in his inbox for a setter to then essentially push through into a call. They eventually push back into a free course, community, or paid mentorship. So he's then using this top of funnel audience to move into some form of offer away from the platform, a free offer, a paid offer, and then nurture them even more. Then down here, what we then have is the ability for people to join his then free access community. So he's then realizing that he's got this ecosystem to get an audience in, to move them into a free community. Off the back of them going into the free community, they then qualify themselves by filling out an application form. That application form then either gives them the ability to book a call, or it just keeps them in the free community. He's then posting consistently on socials to get people to DM and comment keywords, which then drives even more leads into his inbox. He then has this ecosystem where he just continually keeps on filling that funnel with more audience on top of funnel, and then he has the systems in the background to essentially continue to grow that business. We build these systems for hundreds of different coaching consultants and course creator type businesses all around the world. If you want us to do exactly the same for you, you can click the link below, you can book in a call, and we can see if we could do just that for your business.